Hey, what's going on? It's Ronsley. Welcome. This is a tech stack, and today's session is all about learning Meta, which is Facebook, Meta's chatbot and its AI, and why it's freely publicly available, why it's important for you, why you as a business owner, creative artist, entrepreneur needs to know about this, and some concepts that not only lets you understand this particular chatbot, but chatbots in general. So I'm going to lay out some concepts. It's going to be a short episode, but it's mainly so that you understand how this works and why it is important for you. Let's learn. Hey, it's Ronsley. Welcome, you AI geek, to this podcast, my AI love affair. Consider this podcast your digital compass, guiding you through the labyrinth that is business growth using artificial intelligence. Running a business as a creative can sometimes be like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. But what if you had a secret tool that could align all the colors for you? That is AI. It's like a master key unlocking multiple doors. Thanks for being here. Let's learn. Now, when it comes to chatbots, there are a few different things that float around. Why is a certain chatbot better than the other? Why is Bard better than ChatGPT or vice versa? What is this latest chatbot that Facebook is all about? And why should you care? What is this whole conversation around chatbots? Let's start to introduce this particular chatbot. It is designed to converse naturally with people who can provide feedback to the model on how to improve its responses. Really important to understand that it is publicly available and it is 175 billion parameters long. That's how you interpret this, and we'll get into that further on in the episode. But I want to show you that it is approximately 58 times larger than its previous version, which is BlenderBot 3. So this particular chatbot is called BlenderBot 3. And we want to understand it because it's important and it represents a huge change and advancement in artificial intelligence. And I highlighted some of these things that are really important for you to understand, like it's designed to adapt to our needs, making it a powerful tool for businesses and entrepreneurs. And this can save businesses time, resources, and also provides a really personalized experience when it comes to customer service, leaving alone anything before that in the customer lifecycle. Customer service becomes easy to provide because not only is it searching and giving exactly what it's searching, this is intelligence. It's taking that information and it's returning back in natural language what the person is searching for. That's why everyone's so fascinated with ChatGPT, is because understanding why it is doing that is really important. So let's get into some concepts. So the first concept I want to talk about is learning from interaction. So when you notice in a chatbot, and if you've been playing around the chatbot, anytime you put something in, it learns from the previous response, and you can use the previous response to then build on the next responses. BlenderBot 3 is just like that. It is designed to learn from its interactions with people. And when a user provides feedback on a response, that feedback is incorporated into the model that will help it improve. Think of it like a student learning from a teacher. The more feedback it gets, the more it learns. So that's principle number one. The next principle I want you to understand is safety measures. So safety is a key concern with AI chatbots. BlenderBot 3 has been designed with safeguards to prevent it from generating unsafe, biased, or offensive remarks. And people have found ways around this, and there's always going to be those kind of scenarios. But I think it's important to understand that the safety measures are in place for this particular reason. So just think of it as a guardrail on a highway, keeping the chatbot on the right path and preventing it from veering off into dangerous territory. That's principle 2. Principle 3 is adaptability. Now, BlenderBot 3 is designed to be adaptable. It can remember information from previous conversations and search the internet for additional details, which is extremely powerful because then it has access to the whole internet, which is a lot of information, and it can remember all of that to make some really good and informed decisions. this adaptability is like a chameleon changing its colors to match its environment. The chatbot can adjust its responses based on the context of the conversation. So these are three concepts that let's layer that with some really important components, which is the language model in particular. So OPT175B language model is the language model or the brain of BlenderBot 3. Now, you'll hear this, and you'll hear this in ChatGPT in the sense that you see GPT-3 was 175 billion parameters in size. And to give you context, GPT-4 is 170 trillion in size in terms of parameters. So the parameter count and how big it is and how much data it has is large. So this is what allows the chatbot to understand and generate human-like responses. It's like the engine in a car powering the chatbot and enabling it to function. That's component one. Component two is the feedback mechanism. So that's really important. It has to learn from what's coming back into it. So the feedback mechanism is what allows BlenderBot 3 to learn and improve. When a user provides feedback, that information is used to adjust the model's responses. It's like a compass guiding a ship. It helps the chatbot navigate and improve its course. Really important. So the better feedback you give, even if it comes to ChatGPT and you're using that or Bard or any other one of those bots or chat or AI bots, you understand that feedback is a really important component. That's component two. And then component three is the safety algorithms, which you have to understand that these are in place. They are used to prevent the chatbot from generating unsafe or offensive remarks. These algorithms act like a filter, screening out inappropriate content and ensuring the chatbot's responses are safe and respectful. And these guardrails can be applied to different areas. You can say, just think of it like this and this only. Do not vary from this part. So those are three components that I want you to understand. Now let's talk about applications, because there are a lot of applications. So application one is customer service. BlenderBot 3 can be used to handle customer service inquiries, freeing up time for human staff to focus on more complex tasks. It's like having an extra employee who can work 24/7 without getting tired. And I mentioned this earlier in the episode because this is really important to understand, that it's not search. It's not information. It's not searching for information that's already there and giving a cut, copy, paste to that. It can take that information and intelligently use it in conversation and return human-like language. And that's what makes it so powerful. That's why this application is different to what it used to be in terms of customer service. Application two is personalized recommendations. With its ability to remember information from previous conversations, BlenderBot 3 can provide personalized recommendations to customers. It's like a personal shopper who remembers your preferences and can suggest products that you might like. And this is the next level from what Amazon already has. And Amazon actually has a really good AI. It used to be just, this is what you might like. That has evolved a lot over the last few years. And it actually has narrow AI inbuilt into it. And if you don't know what those three types of AI, catch the previous episode where I break down the three different types of AI: narrow AI, general AI, and super intelligent AI, so that you understand what those different topics mean. Okay. And finally, application number three is information retrieval. BlenderBot 3 can search the internet for additional details on a given subject, making it a powerful tool for retrieving and providing information. It's like a librarian who can instantly find any book in the library that you need based on what your search requirements are. You're probably already aware of ChatGPT's plugins and ChatGPT's code interpreter. Now, those are two really powerful applications that can be put upon this language model that allows it to become so useful in terms of information retrieval. And I'll cover that in upcoming episodes. So if you want certain questions to be answered, please send me a message, a comment, or an email. And I would love to get your thoughts on what exactly it is that you want to learn from this show. So go to myailoveaffair.com and you'll find all the previous episodes, anything about the show, where to find it. It's on YouTube. Tell a friend. We would love to have more AI geeks in here, and I would love to cover these topics from a point of reference. But before we go, I want to say that we are on all this podcast platforms, so go find us there and subscribe, rate the show. It would be extremely helpful. I want to share with you some research I did on Meta's chatbot. So let's get into that. All right, so we're here in ChatGPT on this side, and you'll see that I've used the metaphor search plugin because the metaphor search plugin allows you to do fact-checked research. So it's not just anything on the internet or any data. It is fact-checked and it is a reliable source. So I use metaphor search, and that's what I understand at least. And if we open this, it'll tell us exactly what it has done, but it has given me a few sources, right? So I just want to show you what that looks like. So the first source is here, which is basically about this BlenderBot. And if you want to do further research, I'll put all these links in the Discord group. So go join the Discord group. It's free. aigeeks.co/Discord is where you go to find that. And I'll put all these links for further references for anyone that wants to read more stuff about it. But it's a really interesting read. So the first thing was about this. And I want to show you also, if you come down here and you see the papers, these are really credible papers. So these are really credible papers written by some credible institutions about this particular BlenderBot model. So when you're reading this kind of stuff, you can see that this is credible information. It's not some blogger that has made up some information and put it up on the internet and considered that to be gospel, and that's not true, right? So here is another report done by someone who's obviously trying to collect leads, which is great if you want to go there and do that. Meta's AI research labs have created a state-of-the-art chatbot, and it's letting members of the public talk to the system in order to collect feedback on its capabilities. Well, it actually wants us to train the model, and that's what it is. So I also asked ChatGPT here what else I was missing from this whole equation, and it gave me some really cool things like the impact of AI on widespread job losses, which I think is what is on everyone's mind. And again, this is by credible resource, and this is like 2020. So if you just see that this is not something new, this has been around for a while, and it's important to understand that just because it's come onto our radar now doesn't mean that it hasn't been around for a long time. And like I mentioned in previous episodes, when I did computer science, we studied artificial intelligence and natural language processing and how to talk to computers, obviously. But the concept was there. We just didn't have fast machines and that kind of data storage and that kind of network speed to be able to link all that together. So there's a link here, the Harvard Business Review, which is not working. There's another link here that's not working. Then there's a link to a 2016 report on a 100-year study on artificial intelligence, which is super interesting. I wouldn't want to break this down, but if you want further reading, I'll have all these links for you in the Discord channel. So go and find that. And again, to find out where that is, it'll be at aigeeks.co/Discord. So have a great week, and I will see you on Monday, where I will talk about a really cool growth tactic, which is mastering the art of content marketing for lead generation. Every business wants to create leads, and they want to use content to generate those leads, but sometimes we create content that doesn't do anything. The next growth tactic next week is all around making sure that we get that growth tactic right, and the principles around it, the steps and the prompts that's going to make you execute that at the speed of intelligence. Until next time, love what you do what you love. Hey, AI Geek, thanks for listening. Your job doesn't stop here. I want you to lend your voice to the conversation. So you can join those conversations, discussions, new trainings, new recordings, and the rest of the AI Geeks by going to aigeeks.co/Discord. Also, share this podcast with a friend, another potential AI Geek. Until then, much love.